Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah, nah.
During a live interview that quickly went viral, Terence Crawford faced the question every elite fighter eventually hears. How would you match up against Floyd Mayweather in his prime? Bud didn't hesitate. He leaned in, smiled, and delivered a bold statement. He'd stop Floyd even more easily than he stopped Errol Spence. Within hours, the comment was lighting up boxing podcasts, Twitter, and sports networks everywhere. The debate erupted. Has Crawford officially entered GOAT territory? After defeating Canelo Alvarez, securing undisputed titles in 3 weight classes, and remaining unbeaten in 42 fights, his confidence isn't arrogance, it's fully earned. And the shocking part? He might actually be right.
Oh, yeah, so if he was pound for pound, Floyd was pound for pound. You or Floyd, who would have done that? Who would have won that?
Me.
Oh, shit, okay, I'm just asking. Because Floyd was pound for pound before.
That would have been a hard fucking fight, though.
Man, me versus anybody. I'm gonna always say me.
Okay.
Come on now.
Floyd Mayweather's legacy was built on defense, flawless timing, and pinpoint accuracy. Crawford's, however, is built on taking risks, overwhelming his opponents, and commanding the ring. He doesn't simply win, he dominates completely. From Sean Porter to Errol Spence to Canelo Alvarez, every fighter who faced Bud left the ring humbled. So when Crawford claimed he'd handle Floyd easier than Spence, it reflected his approach to the sport itself. Floyd fought to safeguard his legacy. Crawford fights to expand his. That's the fundamental difference. Floyd was all about strategy, every matchup carefully calculated. The right opponent, the right moment, the right conditions. You could call it smart business, but many fans and fighters have long labeled it something else. Cherry picking.
This is the situation, guys. No one has ever been a 4-division champion in boxing. Not a real one. Oh, Pacquiao won 8 and Oscar De La Hoya won 11 and this one won 15. No, I'm talking about Ring Magazine champ or lineal champ. You are the champion of that division.
Get them all.
Forever, the record was 3 by Henry Armstrong. Manny Pacquiao was the first dude to really win 4. Floyd gets credit for 4 for beating Canelo, but that wasn't at the junior middleweight limit. I don't count that. I don't count that. Terence Crawford just joined Manny Pacquiao as the only legit 4-division champion in the history of boxing. And he did it by jumping middle. He came lightweight, junior welter, then he won a belt at junior middle, not the whole championship, and then skipped middle to fight Canelo Alvarez for the undisputed, for the Ring Magazine super middleweight championship of the world, and left no doubts, including with Canelo, who was all class after the fight but knew what had just happened.
And that's what makes this comparison so compelling. Floyd perfected control over the ring, over his opponents, and over the pacing of every fight. Crawford, on the other hand, isn't focused on control. His goal is conquest.
It's wild because, like, if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, I didn't, but then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time. That makes a difference to people.
Take his pursuit of Errol Spence as an example. For years, people claimed the bout would neve, or materialize because of boxing politics. Crawford didn't sit around waiting for an ideal payday or a flawless contract. He issued the challenge, stepped into the ring, and systematically broke Spence down. Then came Canelo Alvarez, 2 weight classes above him. Critics called it a suicide mission, saying Bud was too small. Yet he absorbed Canelo's strength, overcame the size difference, and controlled the fight from start to finish for 12 rounds.
Who do you think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather is really good too, though. You can't knock him as well. You know, he's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because it's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, you know, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
This isn't selective praise. It's stepping straight into the heat and proving nothing can stop you. And here's where it gets really interesting. Many traditional boxing fans, the ones who idolized Floyd's era, are struggling with this shift. Crawford isn't just winning fights. He's actively reshaping what it means to be great in the sport today.
Get your reaction to Terence, what he did? That's another crazy thing, right?
No, that's not crazy. No, I say it's not crazy because I predicted. I said Canelo was going to get old in the ring that night. No disrespect to Crawford. He did a good. Crawford could have stopped him. He could have. You know, me being a coach and watching how the fight was going on, he could have stopped him. And I know he's saying it in his mind, but he was being humble of Canelo. He was being humble, and it was a great fight, and it was good talk for the boxing world. And that's what it's all about, to entertain, to get us something to look at. We've been entertained like this for years, for centuries, of gladiators and stuff, going in the ring, representing their fans.
Names like Shane Mosley, Andre Ward, and even Calvin Ford have openly said it. Crawford is different. His unbeaten record isn't the result of steering clear of tough situations. It exists because he consistently steps into them.
And I'm gonna get a lot of too, but honestly, there could be the way where you put Crawford over Mayweather. Is it the undisputed? Because of going up, you didn't see Mayweather go up from 147 to 168. That's crazy, bro. And not even, and honestly, I thought Crawford was gonna have more of a hard time because he had a hard time with Madronov. Yeah. So imagine going up to it. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, but I don't want to take nothing away from Mayweather. Mayweather's the greatest of all time. But I think that was a really big risk that Crawford took, and then he ended up winning. You know what I mean? So you have to give credit to that too. I mean, that's a big risk. That's like that'd be like me going up and fighting Usyk right now. Heavyweight.
No, that's been kind of hinted.
I'm not thinking of that right now. I'm not thinking of that right now. No, but that's kind of like how that'd be. You know what I mean? So you have to, bro. That's a lot of. He has a lot of balls to do that, and not only to go do that to show the world that he's really like that.
Floyd's defensive brilliance is undeniable, but Crawford brings a complete toolkit. He can switch stances effortlessly, fight off the back foot or move forward, counter with precision, manage space, and make in-fight adjustments better than anyone competing today. Floyd imposed his will through structure and control. Crawford overwhelms opponents through versatility. And this is where the discussion really heats up. After that interview went viral, fighters across the sport weighed in. Some stood by Floyd, arguing that his ring intelligence and command were unmatched, or that both men define greatness in their respective eras. But others, including fighters who once stood across the ring from Floyd, publicly backed Bud.
That if he beats Canelo, it could put him as even the greatest of all time. What does that put him in the all-time list, man?
At least top 10.
At least
top 10 or top 15, easily, you know? There's guys that we may not know of or heard of, like Henry Armstrong. Simultaneously, he was 3 divisions carrying all 3 weight divisions at the same time.
Which performance was better? I don't like to compare them, but Crawford or Mayweather's over Canelo. Like it's just different.
It's just different styles, different looks, you know. But the punching, the output that he was giving Canelo, definitely gave him the win.
Be honest, what more is there for Crawford to accomplish? He's already unified divisions at 135, 147, and now 168. He's moved up in weight again and again, dismantling larger and more powerful opponents as if size never mattered. Each time critics claim he's finally hit his ceiling, he responds by going even further. That's the line between great fighters and true icons, when excellence stops being a surprise and starts feeling inevitable.
Saw you before the fight, the Crawford-Canelo fight, and you had a Cavs hat on. This time you've got a GOAT hat on. Is that how you're feeling? I know it says Muhammad Ali, but is that how you're feeling about Bud's performance, about his whole career?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that way, man. The GOAT, greatest of all time, man. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to his coaches, not just me, Saul Red, Bernie, Chet, nutritionists. You know, everybody played a part.
Canelo said he's way better than Mayweather. What do you think to that?
Who, Terence?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Of course. Of course he is.
Here's the key point. Crawford isn't interested in measuring himself against Floyd at all. He's made that clear in the past. He's not aiming for Mayweather's wealth or spotlight. What he's after is something far more meaningful to him. Respect.
Where does he rank now, all time? Ending this interview.
Number one, and the only one that he got at top is Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Terence Crawford is this generation guy. You know what I'm saying? Accomplishing all the goals that he accomplished.
Matched up? How do they match up, Floyd and Terence?
Hey, I'm like this, man. It's going to be great because Floyd, he's about his work. He put in work. We've been watching it for decades. You know what I'm saying? Him coming out of retirement to do this fight, that's a win for the whole world boxing. Every generation from Floyd generation to this generation didn't get to see it come. That's just like we never get to see Michael Jordan play, right? But we remember when he used to play. Come on. So.
And he's earning that position in a way Floyd never chose, by consistently chasing the hardest matchups available, no matter the time or place. That approach is exactly why Bud has the boxing world behind him right now. He represents the opposite of the influencer-driven phase of the sport. While others are sharing the ring with YouTubers or cashing in on crossover spectacles, Crawford is facing elite, dangerous opponents. That's also why many fans feel Bud's legacy is already edging past Floyd's. One focused on expanding a brand, while the other is focused on securing a permanent place in boxing history.
Would you consider going back down to 154 and face Jaron as the guy who prepared Canelo Alvarez for this fight?
Nope. I ain't going down 154.
One focused on keeping his undefeated record intact, while the other is focused on preserving the integrity of the sport. And that contrast is creating real friction. Floyd still hasn't directly addressed Bud's claim that he'd handle him more easily than Spence. However, people close to the situation say the comment struck a nerve. Because regardless of how massive Floyd's wealth becomes, he's seeing the position he once ruled slowly fade away, and now, that spot belongs to Crawford.
But I know how you is. You be sizing niggas up, bro. Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we was ever... Keep it real, boy. Keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fight. Yeah. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll beat this.
Boy, you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, man, I'll beat his ass. Never. That's some hating type shit to me.
Like plotting.
I ain't never been that type of person ever.
That's the main reason Floyd has been showing up everywhere in recent interviews, bringing up his exhibition bout with Mike Tyson while subtly taking shots at Crawford's success. Not long ago, he remarked that Canelo isn't as impressive as people believe, and many fans saw that comment as a quiet attempt to diminish the value of Crawford's victory.
And everything you said about fighting not being as spiritually, mentally, you think that might have affected Canelo, or that was just a skill difference was too wide?
You know, I do think he was a little mentally tired. He's been at that level for a long time. Right. So 11 fights in 4 years. That's a lot.
Timing was perfect for Crawford.
Yeah.
He said it himself at the press conference. He said timing was everything. Perfect timing. Everything.
That's right.
His whole career was on timing.
He was mentally tired, but you got to give Crawford his credit, man. To keep your mind that mentally fresh and sharp and go out there and perform like that, that's a win itself. Mm-hmm. Not even just beating your opponent. For your mind to be that fresh, come fight that.
It's vintage Mayweather behavior. Anytime the attention starts drifting away, he positions himself against the rising stars. The reality is, Floyd ruled a period where precision and promotion carried more weight than real threat. Crawford, on the other hand, is leading a time where taking chances is what separates the great from the rest. Two completely different paths, one built on wealth, the other on lasting greatness.